everybody, this is Napa Fan here, and this is race number 8 in season number 1 of the Dodge Throwback Series. We are here at the Michigan International Speedway for the Motor State 300. It is a 23-lap race around this 2-mile racetrack in Brooklyn, Michigan, and it is the only 2-mile track that we will be going to this season. Of course, we're not going to California, and that's the only other 2-mile racetrack, I do believe. So, yeah, Michigan's the only 2-mile racetrack, and it is going to be one of the shorter races of the season. Back on Wednesday, we had the Pocono 400. That one of the more longer races of the season. This one, rather short, if you compare it to the Chick-fil-A Cup Series race here, especially. But anyways, coming into today's race, rookie drivers Kian Riley and Blaze McKinney hold the top 2 spots, I should say. Kian Riley with the points lead, 202 points for him. Blaze McKinney only 1 point behind. Both of those rookies doing a fantastic job so far this season in the Dodge Throwback Series. Zachary Fitzwater is 7 points behind coming into today's race. Elijah Gordon, Michigan native, 9 points behind in 4th. And Annie Thomas, she was in the points lead heading into Pocono. She is now 14 points behind Kian Riley for the points lead. But anyways, in this race, we got ourselves 23 laps. And we got Stuart Gratton starting on the pole in the number 93. And it's going to be interesting to see what these guys up front can do. Let's go ahead and get these guys to roll off here for the Motor State 300 at the Michigan International Speedway. The starting lineup rolling on the bottom of your screen. Like I said, it is Stuart Gratton in the number 93. He is starting alongside Marty Johnson in the number 88. Row number 2 sees Annie Thomas trying to regain her points lead that she had for quite a few races heading in the Pocono. She starts alongside rookie driver Jake West in the number 26. Row number 3, we have Matt Dallio in the number 44. Starting alongside Blake Dillon in the number 28. Tristan Allen in the number 66. Starting alongside points leader Kian Riley in the number 10. Row number 5 sees the 00 of Richard Kinghart starting alongside the 22 of Julio Caesar. Row 6, Derek Petrie and Dane Cooper in the number 32. Row 7, it is Cody Smart in the 2 and Noah Lindsay in the 50. Row number 8, we see Jordan Lopez in the 6, starting alongside Jonathan Skimnicki, who won the last race here in Michigan on Napa Fan in the Turkey Hill Series. Row number 9 is the number 60 of Cookie Helm, starting alongside the 99 of Paul Minnick. Trey Bartow will start. We will reset it so that he can start alongside Jonathan King in row number 10. Let's go ahead and do that before this race begins. We are back here in Michigan, and everybody is rolling off, ready to start the Motor State 300 here at the Michigan International Speedway. This begins the second half of the season here in the Dodge Throwback Series, and there are only 7 races left, including this one, until we crown a champion here in this series. And it's going to be a very tight points battle heading into the final race at Atlanta, I do believe. But we're just going to have to see how this race shakes things out. It's only a 1-point difference between Kian Riley and Blaze McKinney. We might end up with a totally different points leader at the end of this race. Who knows? That's why we race. The pace car has pulled off. Stuart Gratton in the number 93 starts alongside Marty Johnson. They're going to take the green flag here at the Michigan International Speedway. The 93 to the inside of Marty Johnson heading into turn number 1. Annie Thomas in the number 75 pushing the 93. Gratton is going to get the advantage off the corner and clear Marty Johnson for the lead. But Annie Thomas in the 75 looks to get a run to the inside of the 93 of Stuart Gratton. It looks like she is going to be able to do so. No. Gratton is going to be able to clear the 75 of Annie Thomas, and Stuart Gratton going to come out at turn number 4 and lead the first lap of action here in the Motor State 300. Matt Dallio in the number 44 alongside Marty Johnson. We've got quite a few veteran drivers running up front here today in this one. Matt Dallio, Marty Johnson, Annie Thomas, and Stuart Gratton will have quite a few wins here on this channel. And the last race we had here in the Dodge Throwback Series, it was the rookie drivers who were shining up front in that one. But here we got Stuart Gratton, one of the longest running drivers here on this channel, leading the field. Caution is out I see smoke. I see Jay Jefferson slow in the 31, and I believe Noah Lindsay is on the pit lane. And our first caution has come out here at the Michigan International Speedway. Grattan is going to win the race back to the line in the Motor State 300. And Jay Jefferson with significant left side damage to his number 31 machine. And Noah Lindsay, he might have just knocked himself out in the number 50. It's a tough break for him. We're going to go ahead and see if these guys come down the pit lane for what might be their first of 2 pit stops if they decide to come down at this point. But if they were able to have a long green flag run there and this thing happened to go green to the finish of the race, there would only be 1 stop in this one. But I do believe that these guys might come in. We're just going to have to see. It is lap number 3. And it's going to be interesting to see if any of these guys decide to come in, because that would definitely shake up the strategy. It does appear, however, that these guys are going to stay out. So we're going to go ahead and review the crash. And hold on just a minute. And this is what happened here to bring out the first caution here in the Motor State 300. Jay Jefferson in the 31 is going a little too high, entering turn number 1. Caleb Hoffman to his outside, and Hoffman getting into Noah Lindsay. Lindsay had nowhere to go as Jefferson came up the racetrack, and that 50 took a hard hit to the outside wall. And both of these cars sustaining pretty significant damage in this incident on lap 2 here at Michigan. Nobody did come down the pit lane, by the way. Apologize about kind of cutting it off quite quickly there, but nobody came in, and that's what happened there under the caution, or to bring out the caution. Gonna replay this one in real time. Jay Jefferson in the 31 sliding in the Hoffman, and Lindsay had nowhere to go in the number 50. A tough break for both of those guys there, but that's just racing sometimes. Stuart Grattan still the leader in the number 93. Let's go ahead and see what happens on the restart here in the Motor State 300. Back here at the Michigan International Speedway for the Motor State 300, Stuart Grattan has led every lap so far. He is currently leading in the number 93. Right behind him, it's Annie Thomas looking to regain her points lead. She is 14 points behind coming into today's race. She's currently running in the 2nd position. Matt Dallio in the number 44 running in the 3rd position. That is Tristan Allen. Running in the 4th position, Marty Johnson, Derek Petrie, Jake West. The 00 of Richard Kinghart, the 6 of Jordan Lopez, and the 12 of Jonathan Skimnicki. The top 10 coming to the green flag for the first restart of the day here at the Michigan International Speedway. Grattan out front in the 93. Matt Dallio looking to the inside of Annie Thomas for 2nd place on the restart. And the number 44 is going to get the advantage on the inside lane. Marty Johnson right behind the 44 looking to push Dallio to 2nd place. Matt Dallio trying to clear the 75. He's not able to do it quite yet, but he will. And Matt Dallio is now in 2nd position, looking to track down the 93 of Stuart Grattan for the lead. Marty Johnson in the 83 looking to the inside of Annie Thomas for 3rd position. As Matt Dallio gets a great run on the 93. He is right behind him. Grattan leads lap number 7. There goes Matt Dallio to the inside of Stuart Grattan for the lead. And Matt Dallio is going to take it on lap 8 of 23 here in the Motor State 300. And the number 44 is out front here at Michigan. Marty Johnson has gotten around Annie Thomas. Thomas is now falling back in the number 75. And it looks like she is going to fall to the 8th position, I do believe. Grattan now falling back as he got stuck on the outside. Marty Johnson gets around him for 2nd place. And Derek Petrie in the number 24 is looking to take 3rd. It's a tough one for Annie Thomas, getting stuck on the outside lane and falling back in the 75. But she's still running in the top 10 at the moment, but the points leader is not too far behind. Kean Radley looking to remain in the points lead at the end of this one, trying to move his way into the top 10. Annie Thomas, I do believe, is now fallen outside of the top 10, and she's going to get back to the inside lane and attempt to move her way through the field yet again in this one. Matt Dallio still out front in the number 44. Marty Johnson running in 2nd place. Stuart Grattan has nobody alongside him, and he currently runs in the 3rd position. Richard Kinghart in the 00 battling with Derek Petrie for the 4th position. And it's a side-by-side battle for that position right there. That's allowing these top three guys to pull away from the rest of the field. Jordan Lopez in the number 6 to the inside of Andy Thomas. That's going to put Thomas on the outside lane again. And this is a great thing to see. Trey Bartow trying to move his way into the top 10. If you have seen the point standings, you know how bad of a season he has been having. I don't think I've seen anybody have a worse season than Bartow here so far in the Dodge Throwback Series. He is the only guy coming into this race without 100 points. He has 75 points coming into today's race, and it has just been a terrible season for him. But the funny thing is, that's the same thing that happened to him in the Turkey Hill Series. And he led in the points for the final 10 races of the season to win the championship. So Bartow, he's kind of a late shiner here when it comes to these leagues here on Napa Fan. And maybe it'll start getting better for him here in the Dodge Throwback Series soon. Thomas is falling back because a lot of these guys are starting to really get to the inside of these guys and pass them as they get stuck on the outside. And if you haven't already noticed, the outside lane is not a good place to be. And Marty Johnson has just taken the lead away from Matt Dallio. As a matter of fact, I believe Johnson took the lead the lap before this one. And now Marty Johnson leading the field here in the Motor State 300, trying to get his first win of the year on Napa Fan. But the same can be said for pretty much everybody in the top 10. None of these guys in the top 10 have won in 2017 yet, and they're all looking to get their first win here in the Dodge Throwback Series and their first win of the year. Derek Petrie up the 3rd, Stuart Gretton. How about Blake Dillon, a rookie driver here in the number 28, up the 5th place. Cody Smart's in 6th. Richard Kinghart running in the 7th position. Kean Raleigh in a battle with Tristan Allen for 8th position, and 10th is right now the 6th of Jordan Lopez. But he's going to put Kean Raleigh in the 10th position, and Lopez is going to take 9th. Back up front, Marty Johnson continues to lead in the number 88. Here comes Derek Petrie and Blake Dillon on the inside lane. Cody Smart looking to get to the inside of Blake Dillon, and Smart's going to be able to do so as Petrie gets a run to the inside of Matt Dallio. All is battling for second place is allowing Marty Johnson to pull away from the rest of the field, and this is a great one here for the number 88 of Marty Johnson at the moment. But Derek Petrie has cleared the rest of the field, and he's going to have his eyes set on the leader Johnson in this one. At least for now. Cody Smart looking to get out ahead of this pack single file for 3rd position. Tristan Allen moving his way through the field. And we might be seeing these guys coming down. Yes, we are. Cody Smart coming down the pit lane. I believe Marty Johnson and Derek Petrie both stayed out, and they did. But some of these guys have come down the pit lane, and that's a great opportunity for those guys coming down. They're going to get these fresher tires a little bit sooner than the leaders. Cody Smart, the first guy down the pit lane. Kean Raleigh, the points leader, also down the pit lane. Back to the lead. Marty Johnson continues to lead in this one. Derek Petrie trying to close in, but I do believe that these guys are going to be coming down the pit lane here shortly. Johnson, Petrie, Tristan Allen. First guy staying out is Matt Dallio in the 44, along with Stuart Gratton, Blake Dillon, and Julio Caesar. And here are the guys who came in the lap before. They're being lapped right now. How about Garrett Sinor in the number 1, coming out ahead of Cody Smart? So the guys who came down the pit lane on lap number 14 of the race, I believe that's when they came in, Garrett Sinor have one of all those guys that came down that lap. So he might be in contention for the win in this race. The rest of these guys are going to come down this time. Let's see who came off here of these guys. And I believe it's a side-by-side battle between Derek Petrie and Marty Johnson. Petrie's going to beat the 88 off the pit lane. So a very interesting cycle here at the Michigan International Speedway. Let's go ahead and see where this one of Garrett Sinor files out. And I do not believe he's going to be in contention here, as Marty Johnson and Derek Petrie have pulled out to a very big lead. So this guy's coming in a lap after the first cycle, really getting an advantage on the rest of the field. And I do believe that this number 24 of Derek Petrie is going to be the leader once this whole thing cycles through. There's Matt Dallio and Blake Dillon coming off of the pit lane. Dallio is still, at the moment, the leader. We'll see if this number 24 can surpass these guys coming off of the pit lane. And I believe that that 24 is going to be able to do so. But Dalio might have a good run here. And Dalio might have a shot at this one. Matt Dalio trying to stay out ahead of the 24. He's not going to be able to stay out front, but he is going to be right behind these leaders. And Matt Dalio is going to have a good chance at winning this race here in Michigan. Marty Johnson's going to take second, away from the 44. How about Cody Sill in the number 90? Up the third right now on that Ford machine. Ford Taurus, I do believe. I don't even think they make that anymore. The number 40, Emmanuel Hartnett, our last winner here in the Dodge Throwback Series, is going to get to the inside of him and take third away from the 90. Jordan Lopez taking fourth away from the number 90, and Tristan Allen looking to take fifth from Cody Sill. Matt Dalio running in seventh right now in the number 44. He's still got a chance at winning this race here today, but the leader is still Derek Petrie in the number 24, trying to grab his first official Napa fan win. The caution has just come out. And that might actually be it. That might be it. They're on lap 19 right now. It's 5 laps to go. I'm not sure about this one. Ryan Madden, Jonathan King, Chase Marks, Christian Master, Paul Minnick, and I believe that is Annie Thomas in the 75. Yes, it is Thomas in the 75. I believe. Try a different angle. That is Annie Thomas in the number 75 involved in this one. That's a very tough break for her. She was going to attempt to take the points lead in this one, but she fell back and got involved in this crash. I do not believe these guys are going to come down the pit lane as they just came down. And the big question here is, will we be able to have a one-lap dash to the finish? The lights would have to go out on lap 22 of 23. Okay, so let me think here. Caution came out on lap number 2 the first time, and we got back to racing on lap number 7. It was lap 18, I believe we are going to have a one-lap dash. This is going to be interesting. Marty Johnson's basically going to be the only other guy, other than Derek Petrie, who's going to have a shot at winning this thing. But anyways, let's go ahead and see what happened to bring out the second caution here at the Michigan International Speedway. Chase Marks in the number 14, exploding, entering turn number 1. And a lot of these guys do avoid him. Of course, Aiden Shepard in the 77 doesn't. Kean Rowley does, however, and a lot of these guys you see on your screen at the moment do. See Hoffman there, Kean Rowley, Josh Crash, the 32, Dane Cooper, Jake West, Blaze McKinney, who comes into this race second in the points. Matt Tuck did. Cookie Helms, Elijah Gordon. But Ryan Madden in the 11, the unlucky victim of this one. He hits that 14, he spins around. Isaac Nichols barely avoids it, but the 11 comes back down. Master gets into the 11, and then you just see the madness unfold. The 11 goes around. Christian Master trying to avoid him, but just can't really do it. And the 01 then goes around. And that spinning 01 of Christian Master just didn't work out too well for the 99 of Paul Minnick. And you see Annie Thomas, she ended up hitting Ryan Madden up there, and that's how she got involved. It's a very unfortunate incident for all these guys. You see 22 Jonathan King also involved in this one, and that all started because of Chase Marks unfortunately blowing up in the middle of the field. Replay this one in real time with Chase Marks in the 14. Shepard might not be able to continue after that one. And you see Ryan Madden there in the 11. We're going to follow with the 11 for this one and see exactly what happened as Annie Thomas came in, and Thomas just had nowhere to go. She tried to go high, and she smacked right into the 11 of Ryan Madden. That's going to knock her out. Christian Masters knocked out. Paul Minnick is destroyed in the 99. He hit the number 01 of Christian Master a ton. It's a very unfortunate crash for all those guys involved. Anyways, it's going to be a one-lap dash to the finish. I do believe it could be 2, but I do know that we are going to get back to racing in this one. And it's going to be very, very interesting to see what happens in this late race restart here in the Motor State 300. Don't go away, the restart is right now. It is our first one-lap dash of the year here on NapaFan, and it's coming here in the Motor State 300. It's going to be one lap to go on this restart. Derek Petrie trying to grab his first career win on NapaFan, leading the field in the number 24, Marty Johnson, trying to play spoiler to the number 24. He currently runs in second place. How about our last winner here in the Dodge Throwback Series? On that strategy play at Pocono, he finds his way up the third. Emmanuel Hartnett trying to go 2 in a row here in the Dodge Throwback Series. Then you got Jordan Lopez, who won in his first ever start here on this channel, and Tristan Allen rounding out the top 5. Let's see what happens. One lap to go in the Motor State 300. The pace car is pulled off. Who's going to get it done here in Michigan? Marty Johnson staying behind the 24, and there he goes to the inside, but Emmanuel Hartnett in the 40s also going to get a run to the inside of the 88, and they're 3 wide for the lead on the final lap. How about Emmanuel Hartnett? A great run to the inside of Marty Johnson. Johnson still has a shot, though, on the outside lane. Will he get the run? No, he won't. Emmanuel Hartnett in the number 40, trying to get his second win in a row. Jordan Lopez in the number 6 is right behind him. Hartnett's high. The 6 is going to get to the inside of him. It's going to be side by side of the line here in Michigan. Jordan Lopez, Emmanuel Hartnett. It is going to be, oh my goodness gracious! Jordan Lopez wins the Motor State 300 here in Michigan. Oh my! And that is why we love racing. How about that? Jordan Lopez in the number 6. That is going to be one of the closest finishes in history on NapaFan. I don't know how close that was. If any of you remember, the Turkey Hill, or it was the Crown Royal Series at the time, but the Turkey Hill Series Season 1 race here at Michigan, it was down to 3 one-thousandths of a second. I believe that this one was closer. This could have been another dead heat at the line. We've had that happen 3 times before here on NapaFan. We might have just had it happen the 4th time. We're going to review the finish first before we show the finishing results. Slow motion replay to the line. Jordan Lopez edged out the 40 of Emmanuel Hartnett. And I gotta tell you, that was exciting. Hartnett came oh so freaking close to getting his second win in a row. But he was denied. It wasn't even almost at the line. I mean, it was so close. Look at that 6. That is how close it was. And I think you can barely see the advantage from Jordan Lopez and Emmanuel Hartnett, but that was close. That was unbelievably close. But Jordan Lopez, congratulations to you, my friend. His second career victory here on this channel. And definitely one of the most memorable finishes we have had here on NapaFan in quite some time. But that was a good one. A very, very good one here at the Michigan International Speedway. It was actually 2 one-thousandths of a second. It was not a dead heat at the line. But still, aren't you glad you saw that one? I sure am. Jordan Lopez gets the victory in the Motor State 300. Has 44 points towards the championship for him. Emmanuel Hartnett, you got to hand it to him. Great run for him. Will definitely move his way up in the points with this second place finish, but that's got to hurt, losing the race by 2 one-thousandths of a second after leading, exiting turn 4. Tristan Allen, Marty Johnson, Matt Daly are the top 5. Derek Petrie, he restarted first on the restart. He finished in 8th position. And that's what happens here in Michigan. You get stuck on the outside, you just fall all the way back. Cody Sill and Chris Skinlart round out the top 10 here in the Motor State 300. And those are all the guys who unfortunately got eliminated in this race. Remember, Garrett Zanori came off of the pit lane ahead of Cody Smart during that first cycle of guys who came in under green flag pit stops. He might not have taken any tires because you see there the tire blown on the number 1 of Garrett Zanor, finishing 32nd. You remember Aiden Shepard, Paul Minnick, and all those guys behind him getting involved in crashes in today's race. It's a tough one for all those guys. But Jordan Lopez, I bet you he's pretty happy right now getting that miraculously awesome victory here at the Michigan International Speedway by 2 one-thousandths of a second. Gotta have more one-lap dashes, but let's not give NASCAR any ideas. We should all be blessed that they didn't mess it up enough with that announcement back on Monday. But what a race. What a race. Congratulations to Jordan Lopez for getting the victory here at Michigan. So here are the point standings for the Dodge Throwback Series. I'm not entirely sure who the points leader is going to be, but of course you guys will see it right after this. You know what? I think it might be a tie for the points lead because Blaze McKinney finished one position ahead of Kian Riley. Going to be very interesting for the points. But anyways, thank you guys very much for watching. Congratulations to Jordan Lopez. And I will see you guys later.